said the tractor overheated. They're too funny. I love cows. We're baling as a family. Well, y'all, we are starting our first day of hay season, but it is not starting off as it should. Dakota likes to mow with the 6610. The 6610. And you can see he mowed a few rows. And he said the tractor overheated and was spitting out antifreeze. So at this point, he doesn't know what's going on with it, but thankfully he can hook up to the New Holland and keep going, but not off to a great start. All right, so here's the tractor Dakota likes to mow hay with. He's thinking it possibly could be a radiator issue, but we just don't know. This tractor is so nice. He had it redone a few years ago. Well, they had it redone when they first got it, the engine. But then a few years ago, Dakota had it repainted and new decals and all that. So it's looks really good. We've not really had many issues out of it, but it's inevitable. Well, issues really dampen the mood. He was pretty excited. He really enjoys hay season. So he was excited to get back in the hay field, but if you're gonna have equipment, you're gonna have issues from time to time. I mean, of course they stink. Nobody wants to have issues of any kind, but it's kind of par for the course. I just hope. Bless his heart. We've had a really long day working. And then we come home and he gets in the hayfield. So he got in the hayfield later than he would have liked. And then of course that happens. So we're just having a rough start. But hopefully maybe it'll be smooth sailing after this. I think he's trying to get it adjusted right now. Doesn't appear to be too happy. Oh. All right. Here we go, I think. Bless his heart. He's having a time. Oh yeah, cut that hay. That's good. Okay. Whew. Prayers for continuing to cut. Alright, everything's still going so far. Just got a small section left of that, and then he also mows that field down there. It connects with that field. Thank goodness for having a few tractors. So while Dakota is mowing hay, I'm coming to do a few chores. The bugs are terrible. But I have some helpers who are following me wherever I go because they think I'm going to give them some grain. Watch this. We're not going to do it now. They just followed me up the road. Really? Y'all are going to try to make me liars? Come on. Well, they followed me because I just walked up the road and they followed me. All right, so I have a bucket in my hand. It's a galvanized bucket, but we're gonna see if they follow. They may not. That's a pretty small hole. told you. So I'm not going to pressure them, so I'll go this way. We'll see if they follow. Oh, yeah. They're too funny. I love cows. Babes. Y'all want some grain? They're going to talk me into giving them some grain. Because if it was up to me, I would spoil them all the time. Okay. Let me put this bucket up. Let me get a different bucket. Happy girls. And these are all girls up here. Always, you know, happy boys and girls, or ladies and gents, but these are all ladies up here. And look at this girl. So she's a blue roan. And Angus, I think Angus Bull was her daddy, if I remember correctly. Anyways, her mom's a blue roan, and she looks identical to this. She's over here somewhere. But look at her fur. It's crazy. So like the base of it is black, but then the top of it, it's like white. Dakota, like you see her, Dakota's always like, Mommy, she looks like she has snow on her. I'm like, yeah. We already have a snowballer. That would have been a good name for her, but I just call her Blue. I actually have a picture in my shop that is of Stetson's heifer Gertie and then Blue. So that blue roan. But she was all solid black then, so I mean, obviously not the white parts of her face, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I have that print in my shop if anybody wants it. Alright, so I'm back from up the road doing the chores. Brought Dakota some dinner. And little man's with my mom because we knew we'd be having a couple busy days. So I'm going to let them have a little grandparent time. But anyways, Dakota says this tractor is harder to see out of and he can't hear anything. So before I got in here, he pretty much had the whole thing open and didn't have the air on. So he could hear and make sure everything was operating as it should. But he said the hay currently is about average. So, oh, I was just telling him, I don't know how these people have these really smooth videos, because if you're actually doing something, it's like this. Any comments?
No comments.
He's hoping that it's just the radiator on the other tractor. He's gonna tear into that tomorrow. Maybe I'll get to video some of that. We'll see. But he did say this tractor handles the mower better. I'm like, well, it should. But anyways, it has begun. It has begun. This will be our life for the next few weeks. Alrighty, so this field, oh, it smells so good. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. This field is done, so it's this field, and then like I said, it goes on down here, which is where we were just at. It smells so good. So Dakota will let this lay tomorrow, and then we will kick it. We call it kicking it. I think the official term is tedding, but that's just where you have like the kicker that spins around and it essentially flips it. So you'll like let it lay here, la la la, and the top will dry. So you let it dry for a day, or just, you got to figure out, the weather. But anyways, you let the top dry, and then you kick it or ted it, however you want to call it. That flips it upside down, so then the bottom can dry. And then once the top and the bottom are dry, then you can rake it in a row and you can bale it in a windrow. So yeah, I will take you along as best as I can for the process. If you've been here since last year, you kind of, I guess, know the gist of things. But yeah, it's begun. It has begun. Alright, so this is what we call kicking. When I guess the technical term is tedding, but we've just always called it kicking here in Southwest Virginia. But yeah, Dakota is kicking this field today. This hay will hopefully go up tomorrow, and we're hoping the field, there is like these little stinging flies all over me. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, we're hoping the field across from our house, we will actually get to put that up this evening, because Dakota got to kick it yesterday. So it's had another day to dry, and right now it's a beautiful day, so hopefully we'll at least get some of that up this evening so that we won't have so much to do tomorrow. We're kind of in a race to get it in the barn by Sunday afternoon, because, which, if y'all are in the farming business or whatever, you know the weather is just like up and down all the time. You never know what it's really gonna do, but there is a pretty good chance of rain. Well, it's like 35%, but it's actually like not changed at all. It's stayed like a chance of rain on Sunday afternoon, so we kind of want to get the hay in the barn by then. But I saw this morning that they actually, now there's a 30% chance of rain, I think, on Saturday. So I don't know, which, you know, with the weather being warm and stuff, y'all know how that is. It'll kind of like, if it gets too hot, of course there's a chance it'll rain to kind of, you know, cool it off. But I don't know, I'm rambling, but hopefully we get everything done between today and tomorrow, and then we can work on getting it all in the barn Saturday and Sunday. That's the plan right now. But y'all know how plans work. Sometimes they don't. I don't know if y'all could tell in that video or a little bit before this, but Stetson is actually kicking with Daddy. He woke up this morning not feeling too good. I don't know if it's stomach bug or just something he ate yesterday. Didn't agree with him. I don't know, but he's had a rough morning. But when Daddy got home from working, he wanted to come kick with him, so son screened him up and he come and kicked, and then I come up here to check on him, and of course little man is zonked out. Like, Stetson has never been a big sleeper. He's never required much sleep, but if you put that child on a tractor, there's about a 95% chance that he's gonna go to sleep. He just loves, and I don't know, because I mean, I rode the tractor a lot and stuff when I was pregnant, so I'm like, well, maybe it's just like his comfort. I don't know, but the child loves a tractor nap. So you got the best daddy in the world who just carries him along and keeps on trucking. I would be a nervous wreck, but it's like second nature. Issues again. Y'all, I still plan to make those shirts, you know, Lord willing, and the baler ties, because that seems to be our issues here.
Shade, it don't dry.
We're bailing as a family. Today's go day for me. My father-in-law raked yesterday and helped Dakota get that up, but today it's me. And I'm nervous every time, like that when we start. After I do it a little bit, I'm like, okay, I have my bearings, but starting out, I'm always nervous. Well, I missed it, but we had a rollaway bale that apparently did not tie right. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so for one time I'm a little bit ahead of Dakota. So he wants me to wait and let him pick up those rows before I start going back and forth. I did a couple back and forth rows, but you can't really get the ends really tight. So, because you're trying not to mess up the windrow. Anyways, if you rake hay, you'll understand what I'm saying. But, yeah. So I'm going to sit here in the lovely, amazing air conditioning. Oh, I'm so thankful for a cab tractor. I am so thankful for a cab tractor. Alright, so we're mostly done with this field. I did stop so that Dakota can do this section. You can't even see it. This is flat, but this right here is like so steep. So he wanted me to stop so he would do this because it gets a little, you know, not fun. So, anyways. Yeah. And these V-rakes, we love our V-rake. Love it. It's good for a beginner. Of the day. We only have one more today. Dakota always makes the first round in a field for me, so that way I don't take out any fences or anything. The hay is definitely thinner than it was last year. In the last field we just done, it was 6 bales less than it was last year. So I mean, not like gigantic, but 6 extra bales is always nice. So anyways, but then in the field Dakota baled yesterday, we got the exact same as we did last year. So I guess it's really just going to be dependent on, it's going to be hit or miss, but overall the hay is a lot thinner than it was last year. Quick, Dakota asked me if I told y'all why, but the reason is the weather. The weather was warm, then the weather was really cold, and then the weather was warm, and then the weather was really cold. So, yeah, that's fun. Good news, y'all. Dakota just told me I've got it. Alright, we're headed to the last field of the day. So then we'll do that, and then I think Dakota kind of talked about hauling some hay this evening, which we might haul from the field across from our house, but the hay I think we baled today, we will haul in tomorrow. So right now we are on schedule, and it's great. And that moment ago I showed you where Dakota said I've got it. When I was raking, I was kind of just, you know, doing it, and he messaged, or he got on the walkie-talkie and was like, "You got the hang of it," and I'm like, "Woohoo!" Had me a little celebration in the cab. That is a wrap for today. Dakota's over there finishing that field. So yeah, the hay was really thick in this field, but it was also really weedy. So, but like we say, the cows, you know, would rather have weedy hay than snowballs. So it's always a plus. Well, you know, there's never a dull moment on the farm. But, so I think I forgot to talk about the tractor. So, tractor Dakota replaced the thermostat in it. And so, where he replaced the thermostat, he wanted to haul some hay with it today to kind of make sure it was fixed, because our next few fields we have to mow are a little further away from the house and, you know, just across looking distance. But anyways, so he kind of wanted to test it out today. And granted, this is a beast of a tractor, let me tell you. But this little setup, like Dakota said, we're doing a pinch, but it's not necessarily ideal for hay hauling, just because, like, if this is on like a flat, if we're on flat land, it does okay. But if there's any incline with a full load of hay, she kind of wants to rear up, because Dakota needs some weights for the front. Anyway, it's just complicated. But so now we're getting ready to go. Well, he's unloading this, and then we're going up the road a ways to our last field that we're hauling hay out of today. So we are going to switch over to Dakota's truck and trailer, which is our usual setup. So, but the tractor is fixed. So hallelujah, praise the Lord, because that was the cheapest option in what he thought it might be. So fingers crossed it stays good. I think we'll be mowing hay. He will be mowing hay again on Wednesday. So this is going to be our next week routine too. All right, switch to this setup with our last field of the day. And then I think we're going to treat ourselves to Texas Roadhouse. Oh yeah. Now that's a load of hay. We are gonna throw a strap over it.
You're not tired of it? You okay? You okay? Let me see that. That's what they do. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's nice.
It's a girl. It's a hen.
Yeah. Get.